Okay, let's get started. Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get notification every single time that I post a video, and I post every single week. As you can see from the title, today's video is going to be the list of the horror movies that are going to be released in September. There are actually 15. So sit back, get comfortable, because this is, I am sure, a long video. We have a lot of new content coming this month since we are getting ready for the best month of the year. Of course, we know that it's October and the best holiday, Halloween, we know that. So of course we need to get ready more than usual, since most of us, we watch horror all year long, but of course it hits different when we're getting close to October and watching horror in October. You know what I'm talking about. So this list, like I said, there are 15. So I'm going to be telling you when they're going to be released, where to watch them, and of course showing a little bit of the trailer, except for one. Now we don't have a trailer yet, and I am actually concerned, but we'll talk about that later on the video. So saying all that, let's get into the video. Now the first one coming up September 1st today is Who Invited Them. This one is going to be available on Shudder and is going to follow a couple, Adam and Margot, that are housewarming party that is a success. One couple lingers after the other guests, revealing themselves to be wealthy neighbors. As one nightcap leads to another, Adam and Margot suspect their new friends are duplicate strangers. This one, for the trailer alone, it's a comedy horror film. Looks quite interesting, although something that I have said before in this channel is that comedy horror is not my favorite subgenre on horror, but I can give it a try. So definitely I will be giving the try with this one, and I cannot promise you that I will be reviewing it, since there are so many films coming this month that I'm not going to be able to do a review of all of them, but if I can with this one, of course you're going to have it. Now the second thing that is coming this month is actually a series, and it's on September 2nd, Devil in Ohio, and it will be coming to Netflix. This one is going to follow when a psychiatrist shelters a mysterious cultscape. Her world is turned upside down as the girl's arrival threatens to tear her down family apart. This one actually is based on a book which I haven't read. I didn't even knew about this until like a week and a half ago that I saw that this was a project that was scheduled to be released by Netflix, but I didn't knew like anything about it. I saw the trailer, it looks kind of interesting, but I don't feel like that will be a type of show that I will sit down and then do a review. I just don't feel like I will be interested enough. But who knows, maybe it can be good, maybe it will not be that good. I think I'm going to wait to see some reviews to see if it's worth watching or not. But for now, I am not that excited, at least for this one. Now coming next on September 8th is Saloum, I don't know how it's pronounced. This one is coming also to Shudder. It follows in 2003, three mercenaries extracting a drug lord out of Guinea-Bissau are forced to hide in the mystic region of Saloum, Senegal. This one, it appears as being released on 2021 because it was released in a festival. This is the disclaimer that I always give. So no, I am not wrong. It's just that it's finally being released, at least for us in the US, now on September 8th on Shudder. This one looks kind of interesting. So this one, I think I'm definitely going to give it a watch, a review. I am not so sure because next week on September 9, we're having Barbarian. That this one, I am way more interested in it, and I think I'm going to focus on doing that review. And also, this is not on the list, but just like an announcement, is that on September 8th is also the ending of the second season of American Horror Story Season 2. So I think I'm going to be focusing more on that and Barbarian. Now, Barbarian follows a woman staying on an Airbnb, discovers that her house she has rented is not what it seems. This one is going to be available on theaters. I am really excited to see this one. I was with my boyfriend last week on the movie theater, and he hasn't seen the trailer for this one yet, and he saw it and he was like, wow, that looks interesting. I was like, yeah, because we're watching it. Most of the times he doesn't know which films are going to be watching until we get to the theater. Like, he only knows like the title, but trailers, if they don't play it when we're watching another film, most likely he will go completely blind, which sometimes it's good because he can be like taken by surprise, and I like having his point of view in horror since he's not that much of a horror fan as me. But of course he goes with me because he likes to give me the company and also give me his point of view. Now also coming on September 9 to movie theaters is Speak No Evil, and it's going to be released in Shudder on September 15. By now my local theater hasn't said nothing about this one, so most likely I'm gonna have to wait until it hits Shudder. So if I take a while in doing the review, now you know why, because this one I have been expecting it for so long that I almost thought that this film will not be coming this year and was going to be pushed until the next year. Now this one is going to follow a Danish family that visits a Dutch family that they met on a holiday. What was supposed to be an idyllic weekend slowly starts unraveling as the Danes try to stay polite at the face of unpleasantness. Now, I know for a fact that I talk about this film coming. I think that was maybe February. I am not sure. I will have to check my list of the previous months because I know that this film was scheduled early this year but was pushed back, and now all of a sudden they announced that it was coming this month, and I am really happy about it. Now, on September 16, we have Goodnight Mommy, the remake, coming to Amazon Prime Video. This one is going to follow twin brothers arrive at their mother's house and begin to suspect that something isn't right. Now, this one is the remake of the 2014 Austrian film that it's still available on Hulu if you're interested. I think that is a really good foreign horror film. It's amazing. If you haven't watched it already, this is a recommendation. The plot twist, like the whole film, it's brilliant. I was really surprised and I really enjoyed this film, so this is a must watch. I don't know how to feel about the remake since I don't feel like this film needed an American remake, but that happens. We have seen it many times before, but sometimes we have seen it that they have done it good. In this case, Naomi Watts is going to be the protagonist, and she did The Ring, and it's, in my opinion, a good American remake. So I'm just hoping that maybe she can deliver another good interpretation here. So fingers crossed that this is going to be good, and I don't think that it's going to be better than the original, but maybe can make some justice for the people who hasn't watched the original, which I don't know why, because like I said, you should. Now also coming on September 16, which one I think that in my opinion, it's one of the most expected and the one I expect the most, Pearl. This is the prequel of the A24 horror film X. This one is going to follow the story of how Pearl became the vicious killer seen in X, and this one is going to be available also on theaters. But some sad news for me is that until now, my local theater hasn't said a word if they're going to be bringing this film. And I say until now because maybe they will say it in a week from now. I really hope so, because if not, I'm gonna be heartbroken that I will not be able to watch this film until it hits any type of streaming service. And I really want to watch it. Like, this film, I love it. X, in my opinion, by far is the best one of this year, by far. Of course, we have a lot of other films coming, but I love it. X from the beginning to the end. And if you haven't watched it, you should. This one I was expecting to be coming next year, since this one was a kind of a post-credit scene on X that was a trailer of Pearl, and I actually did the reaction to the full official trailer. I think that was like a month ago. I am not sure the reality, but I think that this one is going to be good, and I'm really excited. Actually, Pearl, it's a costume that I'm planning on doing. So if you don't follow me on Instagram or on TikTok, go and do it, because there I post on October 31 costumes, one per day, and this is an exclusive. Is that Pearl is going to be one. I have never said any one of my previous costumes, so this is an exclusive. So yeah, I'm doing Pearl. Which day I will not tell you, but it looks good. Like, I found the dress and it's amazing. Now coming all the way from September 19, 20, 21 and 22, Jeepers Creeper Reborn. This one is going to be in theaters, and I'm saying 22 because in some places it's been said that it's going to be released on September 22, but the trailer says that the official release date will be September 19 on the US, but it's having like a fan event on the 20 and the 21. But they're also adding on some websites the 22 as a release date. I don't really know what to think about it, since by now my local theater hasn't said anything, and if they don't, I don't even care. Being honest, I said it on my reaction to the trailer. I am not that interested in this film. If I don't have to watch it, even better. It looks bad. But this one follows forced to travel with her boyfriend Lane. She begins to experience premonitions associated with the urban myth of the creeper. Lane believes that something supernatural has been summoned and that she's the center of all. Being honest, this one, it was an unnecessary sequel. I think that the third one is awful. I don't think that this one will be as bad, because the third one, it's awful. Like, if you haven't watched it, don't waste your time. Seriously, don't waste it. But this one, I don't know. I don't feel like this one is going to be good, so I'm being honest, I am not interested in this one. Now on September 22, we have Raven's Hollow, and this one is coming to Shudder. This one is going to follow West Point cadet Edgar Allan Poe and 4 other cadets on a training exercise in upstate New York are drawn by a gruesome discovery into a forgotten community. This one looks interesting. I don't think that I will be reviewing it, but definitely I will give it a watch, since it looks interesting. Like, by the trailer, it looks interesting. Now, remember that I told you that there was a film that didn't have a trailer? It's Dark Harvest. Now, this film, I'm saying that it's going to be released on September 23 on the US. Why? Because when I was checking, my local theater has this film scheduled on September 22, and I live in Puerto Rico, and here the films will come out a day before on the US, meaning that here all the new films are going to be premiered on Thursdays, and on the US they come out on Fridays, unless it's on a special event. But since I am watching every single film on Thursdays, this one is on September 22, so I was like, so see if it's the 22 here, so it's going to be the 23 on the US. But here's the thing, we don't have a trailer yet. This one was scheduled originally for September 9, but they took out the date, and the date is actually nowhere to be found. I am just putting it here just in case, and because, like I said, my local theater has it on coming soon. I was like, what? Like, I don't know, but that's just like me giving you like the warning that maybe this film will be coming, maybe not. If by the time that the film is supposed to be coming out they haven't taken away or something, you guys will be receiving the review, because I am really interested in this one. I'm going to be reading the full plot that says that a legendary monster called October Boy terrorizes residents in a small Midwestern town when he rises from the cornfields every Halloween with his butcher knives and makes his way toward those who are brave enough to confront him. Looks and sounds good. This is also based on a novel which I haven't read, but maybe if I have the chance to like be able to read it, maybe before watching the film or maybe after, I don't really have a preference with that. Definitely I will, because the plot alone sounds interesting and like the type of thing that I will read and enjoy. Now, coming out September 27th to Netflix, it's Rob Zombie's The Munsters. Oh god, I am scared for the release of this one. Now, this one follows the reboot of the Munsters that follow a family of monsters who move from Transylvania to an American suburb. I did a reaction to the trailer in case you're interested in watching it, leaving right here. I feel like this film is going to divide people between the people that believe that it's good and the people that believe that it is trash. By now, I have seen mixed opinions about it. I am more on the middle. I can't judge a film without watching it, but by the trailer alone, looks cheesy as hell. Like the costumes and the setting, they look really good, but my biggest concern, like that's the word concern, will be the acting. For many people, Sherry Mood Zombie wasn't the right person to portray Lily Munster. At least on the trailer, I am not convinced by her acting, so only time will tell. But I am more in the middle, but right now the comments aren't good. But well, we cannot do nothing about that. I mean, that will happen. So like I said, this one will be coming to Netflix. Now coming on September 29 is Cici, and this one will be available on Shudder. This one is going to follow teen best friends Cecilia and Emma. After a decade wrong into each other, Cecilia is invited on Emma's bachelor weekend, where she gets stuck in a remote cabin with her high school bully with a taste of revenge. This one, once again, a film that I can watch, but reviewing it, I am not sure. Maybe I will, I don't know yet, but definitely I will be giving it a try since it sounds really interesting. Now coming on September 30, we have 3 films. The first one, My Best Friend's Exorcism, based on the novel of the same name, is a really good one. I loved it. My roommate from college, she recommended me the book. Awesome, like hell of a good book. Now this one is going to be coming to Amazon Prime Video, and it's going to follow. The year is 1988. High school sophomores Abby and Gretchen have been best friends since 4th grade. But after an evening of skinny dripping goes strangely wrong, Gretchen begins to act different. Now it's set on the 80s, so that's a catch for me. I love things that are set on the 80s. But in general, I think that the book is really good. So I'm not going to judge this film yet, but I'm still gonna watch it. Now, the review of this one, it's in danger because I am going on a trip on basically almost the whole month of October. Meaning that some reviews on October, you guys gonna have to wait just a little bit for them. And this particular review, I know for a fact that I can write it. Like, I can watch the film and write it, but since I will not be home, I can't film myself and like post here on YouTube. So at least maybe on my website it's going to be available on my review, but not here. It's a long trip, and I know for sure that some reviews will not be coming until I return. To try my best with a few of them, but I cannot promise anything. Now also coming on September 30 is Hocus Pocus 2. This one is going to be coming to Disney Plus, although for some people this is not considered horror. I do consider it kids horror, so it fits, and it's also a Halloween film. Now this one is going to follow 3 young women accidentally bring back the Sanderson sisters to modern day Salem and must figure out how to stop the child-hungry witches from wreaking havoc to the world. I was surprised that this film was being made. I never expected seeing a sequel of Hocus Pocus, and with the original cast, I mean, the Sanderson sisters are iconic, so this is another one that I will be watching, but the review, if I do it, will be just write it and not on video. And to end the list, also on September 30, we have Smile. This one is going to be available on theaters, and this one is going to follow after witnessing a bizarre traumatic incident involving a patient. Dr. Rose Carter starts experiencing frightening occurrences that she can't explain. This one from the trailer alone looks creepy as hell, and I don't doubt that it's going to be a really good one, but sadly this one I'm going to be missing it completely, since there's no way that I'm going to be able to go to a movie theater and watch this film, since I don't get to watch films like on early screenings or exclusive or that type of thing, so I need to watch them with everyone else. And in this case, this one, I know for a fact that if I am able to watch it, will be on a streaming service. Only God knows how much that is going to take. So for at least for this one, you will not be hearing anything from me. And well, I think that this is all. Well, this is all for this list. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know which one are you most excited about. Definitely for me, it's Pearl. And I'm sad at the fact that maybe I will not be watching this one as early as I want to. But I really want to watch this. But well, thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys on my next video. Bye.